Hey guys, it's Kaz here, aka Cats and Camera, and today I'm doing my April book haul. So first of all, we have this shop in England called The Works, where they sell really cheap like stationery, books, toys, all sorts of stuff like that, and they always have sales on because they want to get rid of that old stock to get new stock. So I picked up two things from The Works. First of all, I got The Mystery Night graphic novel by George R. R. Martin. This was £4, hardback. I thought that was pretty decent, brand spanking new. I'm pretty sure this is one of the stories that he wrote that happens before all the stuff in A Song of Ice and Fire. So it'll be interesting to see what this is about. And it's really cool because when I first opened this book, like the first page, well, the second page, this is what is on the second page. Yes. And I also picked up a book for £2, brand new again, and that is Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. This one I've heard McKinley talk about a lot. It's about adoption and these three different characters, and it sounded really cool. And I saw it in there for £2 brand new, so I thought, you know what, I'm grabbing that because it's on my list anyway. So I'm probably not going to find it cheaper even second hand than for that. So bang, £2 brand new. Can't go wrong. Next up, I picked up The History of Us by, I'm not sure if this is how you pronounce it, Naire Dawn. This one, I've talked about it before in another video, I can't remember which one though, where I have all of the Harmony Ink Press books in a Amazon wishlist, and I just grab them when they're cheap because they're like $12.99 on their own. Like, look how small they are, but because it's a small publication press, they're really expensive. But then randomly, like one or two of them will go down to £1.50ish, so I always grab them when they're that price. And yeah, all of the Harmony Ink Press books are all LGBT plus books, so why not grab them and see what I can find. This one is about a character that kind of has come out, he knows he's gay, but then when a boy starts flirting with him, it freaks him out a bit because he's never actually acted on them or thought that he would have anybody to flirt with. But it's more about this road trip that they both go on, and it's more of a coming of age book, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one. Next, I took a trip to some of the charity shops. I like going hunting for books, go to the charity shops, see what I can find. And I found these next two books in two different shops. So the first one, I found The Colour Purple by Alice Walker for 80p in a shop secondhand. This is really, look how lovely this purple colour is, I love it. But yeah, this one is one that I wouldn't have purposefully gone out and looked on Amazon or whatever to find, but when I found it for 80p, I was like, you know what, I'm snapping that up. Let's give it a read. This is historical fiction with a lesbian theme, and I don't really read any. And in a different charity shop, I picked this up, Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. This is non-fiction. It's a bunch of like essays written by Trevor Noah, and this one has been on my radar since before it even came out, so I was so excited when I found this for £1.99 in a charity shop. I was like, yes, give me that. And I never ever go over to the biography section anyway, because I'm just like, I'm not really into biographies. But then I saw this, it was sat on a little thing, and I was like, yes, I'm so glad I came over to this part of the shop. Give me that. I think this will be a really interesting read. Trevor was born to a black mum and a white dad in South Africa when the apartheid was still in place, and it's all about his childhood and stuff that happened to him because of this. And I've seen some of his stand-up comedy talking about it, and that's what kind of got me interested in reading some of the actual events that happened behind it. So. Next up, I picked up A Little Bit Langston by Andrew Demkak. This one, again, as you can see, is one of those Harmony Ink Press books, be about £1.50. But this one sounds interesting because all the rest of them I picked up have all been contemporaries, but this one has got like this sci-fi twist. He's got powers to manipulate electricity, and then his dad does something and is sent to this institute where they do tests on people with special abilities. So it does sound really interesting. He meets this girl Lumen, who is the daughter of a Korean actress, and then she has psychic abilities. So yes, this sounds cool, so I hope it's done in a good way. Next, I picked up Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I'm actually currently reading this as well. I read Six of Crows and then I couldn't not pick up the next book. I needed it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it so far. Everybody knows what this book is. Everybody's read it, apart from me. Next, I picked up The 5 Stages of Andrew Brawley by Sean David Hutchison. This one I've had on my Amazon wishlist for literally years, and I thought I really need to actually buy it. But I finally picked it up, so hopefully I'll be getting to this soon. It follows this kid Andrew, and he's in a hospital, and he meets this other kid Rusty who's in a wheelchair and has been burnt, and that's pretty much all I know about it. I like to not know loads of stuff, but yes, I'm looking forward to reading this. Next up I have Highly Illogical Behaviour by John Corey Whaley. This is another one that's just kind of been floating around on my wish list, and I found it on eBay I think for like, I think it was under £2, like £1.80 or something like that. So I thought might as well grab it. So this one is about a guy who hasn't left his house for 3 years. It's about a girl that's trying to help him, and about her boyfriend, and that's pretty much, I don't know a lot about this. And next I got A Dark Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've had my eye on just V.E. Schwab's work in general for a while now, a good hot minute. And then I read her short story in Because You Love to Hate Me, and I was like, you know what, I need to pick up one of her books because I really enjoyed it. It was one of my favourite ones in the anthology, and I've been eyeing this series for a long ass time. So I finally got the first book, and I think I will really enjoy this. I want to get to it soonish at least, because I really do think that this will be a great series. Literally everybody knows what this is about. Everybody else has read it but me. It's about different Londons with different magical powers and a character that can jump between the lot of them. Next up, another book that's quite popular on BookTube. As you can tell, I've actually grabbed some books that people talk about rather than just load of random crap that nobody knows about. Imagine that. And that book is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This one seems like it'll be interesting. I like the idea of these different characters and trying to figure out a mystery. There's a detention, one of the kids dies and they're trying to figure out what happens in it, and it's told by all the characters' perspectives. It seems interesting. I hope it's done well. And last but not least, another book that has been talked about a lot on BookTube, and I think I'll really enjoy. Basically, I got given some money to just buy books with, and I bought all the ones that are more expensive, and therefore the more popular ones. I normally wait until books are like crazy cheap, but I bought the books that were just cheap. They were all secondhand, but they were not as secondhand cheap as I normally go for. But anyway, enough of that. I picked up A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, and this one is another one that I'm really looking forward to reading. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I feel like I will also be in that hype train. So yeah, this is another one I don't really know much about. I know there's some sort of travel aspect going on, some sort of road trip, and there's some sort of drinking aspect. I think our main character has a problem with drinking or something. I don't know. I really don't know much about this, and I like that fact. So there we have it. Those are the 12 things that I bought in April. I'm going to have at least a couple of cool things to show you in May because I did buy some more at the same time, but they're going to come later on because eBay and Amazon Marketplace. So yeah, let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought about them. Don't give me any spoilers obviously, or tell me too much about what they're about, because I like going in with not much knowledge, but let me know down below. If this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others, and if you continue to enjoy them then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video.